This is Rudy Giuliani, and this is America's Mayor live from Mars. I like this outfit. This may become permanent, Ted.
It is similar to like football equipment. If you played hockey or football or one of those sports, it reminds me like shoulder pads or something.
More like a gladiator, you know.
What song did you have there?
I had the Ride of the Valkyries, but I think I'm going to try gladiator music.
We want to make sure we're on Instagram, Steven. I think it's just a quick button.
There we go. All right.
Thank you, Steven.
Gladiator music.
So we are live, by the way. This is live. This is
It's
8:01 on Tuesday night, and we're here live with you in person. So the mayor's not looking for, he wanted to have a nice intro song. We got to spend some time on that maybe for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
we'll have you walk out. We should have had you walk out to some gladiator music or something.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So, boy, is it it's good to be with all of you tonight. I can say that much. Right now we got to go through some ads here. The mayor's got
all kinds of things. We'll find this later. We'll find this.
Oh, this is like a song from Gladiator. We should have had you walking out. I don't even know if they can hear it.
No, they can't.
Yeah. Right. Well, it would be very soft if they could. So, but again, is it good to be with all of you tonight?
It doesn't go on.
Yeah. Well, I'll play it directly from the
we'll play
show
it later.
Yeah.
We just wanted a little appropriate music. Well, as you know, I think you know.
Don't bend.
Maybe you do. We shouldn't assume that everybody knows.
Right.
On Saturday night, Ted and I were in an accident and other things. Other things meaning a interruption of a domestic violence situation, a terrible accident where I was injured pretty badly. He got shook up somewhat, but I got not a permanent, but one that has to be resolved over a period of time injury in a hospital for a couple of days. But we're out. We're doing our show. And God was very, very good to us. He looked after us and he made sure that everything worked out okay. And we did the right thing so we can feel good about ourselves and we can be an example for other people of what they should do, which is what Jesus wants you to do.
That's right. And
what did he say? When you see one of my little ones,
right,
least of my brethren, stop.
Right. And so just maybe, and for those of you that don't know the full story, we did just go over it during our 7 o'clock show.
I started it last time. We'll try to do a little shorter.
Right. We know we have a new audience here at 8 o'clock, a very dedicated, loyal audience. I've heard from
we love you, by
a number of you. We absolutely do. We've
had you since baseball.
Right.
Since the Yankees and the Indians, otherwise known as the Guardians.
October of 2022, we've been with you every single night.
I'm believing that all those names are going to get changed back. But go ahead.
So speaking of baseball, we had a whole weekend of baseball lined up. We did attend the Manchester Fisher Cats game. I think is that Double A minor league baseball. The Manchester Fisher Cats. That was Saturday evening with plans on Sunday to go to Fenway Park, which would have been my first time to Fenway.
To Fenway. For the first time. And even though I'm a Yankee fan, I consider Fenway like a surreal experience, beautiful baseball experience. Beautiful.
So while I was excited, it was in my head, right? It wasn't lost on me that I'm going to go to Fenway with the mayor before I go to Yankee Stadium. Well, now.
The only reason that's appropriate is it's older.
Yes, that's a good point. Fenway Park, the oldest, Yankee Stadium, the second oldest.
No, I don't think so. I think some of them. First of all, I think the Cubs Stadium goes back.
Oh, Wrigley Field.
I think so.
But that's about it. I don't.
Well, I don't think there could be an older one than Wrigley left.
Yeah.
There probably were teams that had Polo Grounds might have been earlier than all of them.
Right.
Gone a long time now.
In any event, we attend the Fisher Cats game. The mayor and I leave a little early. Did we stay for the 7th inning stretch?
We did. We stayed and we sang the national anthem. We sang something. We sang
Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game or something.
So we leave shortly after that, I believe, or about 10 minutes.
We kissed everybody goodbye and we left.
Yes. So we leave. It's after dark at this point. We're about 5 to 10 minutes away from the stadium, making our way back.
Navigating beautifully by and we know the way now.
Yeah, we know the way.
Not as if I don't want people to think we were. We've been here now 2 months.
Right.
We've been back and forth to Manchester 5,
Right.
6 times.
Right.
We've been to that ballpark a few times.
Right.
We used to stay next to that ballpark.
Absolutely.
So we know the area. It's not as if we were in any way confused. There was nothing. Ted was just driving normal, and we see a woman at the side of the road.
A woman?
He has a slightly different recollection than I do. I think he saw it first, actually, because you said something. Look over there and tell him what you saw, then I'll tell him what I saw.
So I see a woman and someone else waving traffic down, right? Waving someone down for help. At this point, it could be, a blown tire, right? The car just broke down. We don't know. With another individual, I specifically remember another car slowing down, them like speaking into the car, and then the car driving, continuing forward. We come up, this is now clearly a distressed woman who needs, seems to need immediate, appears to need immediate assistance, right? And yes, it's after dark. It's a busy interstate. Come on, I'm with Mayor Rudy Giuliani. You think we're going to pass by and not stop to help?
So we would say this is about 8:40, 8:45.
Sure. We've talked about this on the previous show. I recall this portion being about 20 to 30 seconds, maybe a little bit longer.
I recall it being 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we pull up to the car, or we pull up to this individual. We know it's a woman who appears to be in clear distress, and another individual a few feet behind them with a light. What I believe was the back of their cell phone, the light on the back of their cell phone. At first, we're not sure what man or woman, but the woman comes immediately into the mayor's side, right? The mayor's in the passenger seat saying she needs help. I need to get out of here.
Passenger side, and Ted was driving, and she came up. Now I'm just evaluating her. Obviously, I looked at her very, very carefully, and your professional instincts kick in. So you watch every single thing about her. She did not seem to be panicked. She did not seem to be overwhelmed in her mannerism. Her words were. She said, she said 2 or 3 different things in 2 or 3 different versions of the same thing. I'm being attacked. I'm under threat. I'm being hit. I don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here. Can you take me in the car? Must have said, take me in the car 2 or 3 times.
Right. I do recall that.
To which we said, no, we can't do that, but we can help you. Why don't you?
Well, I want to make the.
No, I got to tell you the truth. I said, come in the car. I told her to come in the car.
Yes.
She didn't want to.
You're talking about later on.
I'm talking about later on.
Yeah.
She
then
said, can I come in the car? I said, come on. Come in the car. I went to open the back door.
And I was already red flags immediately. I see her.
You thought bringing her in the car could be crazy because she could stab us.
Well, not even that necessarily, Mayor. I was more focused on the other individual. I didn't know this woman. I didn't trust her, but I was okay with taking the risk of her coming in the car. I didn't want to risk.
What I saw in the distance when she said she was beating up was a round light.
Yes. That's what I was concerned about.
I saw a figure around it, but I couldn't make out if it was a man or a woman.
Couldn't see their hands.
I thought it was a moderately sized person because I thought the light was at the level of that face, but I'm not sure of that.
Yeah.
And that's all I saw.
Yeah.
He was at that point making no noise.
Right.
She was
distressed.
The other thing about her that did give me pause, she wasn't panicked. She did not seem panicked. She seemed overwrought. She seemed upset, but she didn't seem panicked, and she had no injuries on her.
Right. And so my concern almost immediately, okay, we know now this isn't just a broken down car or a blown tire, right? We know there's escalated. There's something else happening here. We don't know what. The woman, the mayor did invite her in the car. I didn't like that, but I understood where the mayor's coming from, and I also realized we're not going to leave the situation if there's a woman that's in danger. And so we'll take the risk of her coming in the car, right? We'll deal with what we have to deal with, get her out of immediate danger and figure it out. She refuses. And I believe this was 20 to 30 seconds. I say that because the entire time I'm extremely focused on this light and this in not being able to see the person's hands.
She said to me, "I'm afraid he's going to attack." I said, "Get in the car."
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he could come up to her right away.
Yeah.
And start attacking her.
Yeah.
If we got her in the car, we can protect her better.
Yeah. And the mayor doesn't like this, but I was thinking of his safety as well and mine.
At the same time, the light wasn't moving.
Right. And
the guy was not indicating that he was coming at her, trying to stop her.
But I can't.
panicked.
Yeah. But I gave it a few seconds with that light in our face, and I couldn't remain. There's too much of a risk to the mayor, to myself, and our vehicles.
It all resolved itself either in 20 or 30 seconds or 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It resolved itself in, you stay right here.
Yeah, I yelled to them. Yes, stay there.
Pull up. We're going to call the police. And that's what we did. We pulled up about 100 to 200 feet, right along the median. We stopped.
Yeah.
We called 911.
We called 911.
And we reported it to 911. And then after a little, the usual little back and forth.
Yeah.
I did what I could to light a fire under them.
Yeah.
And I said that she's in great danger and you should get a police vehicle here right away.
Right.
They said they would and to remain there.
Right.
If we felt safe. They said remain there if you feel safe.
Oh, that's what they said?
Yeah.
They said, okay. And at this point, we still don't know what's going on behind us. I'm still concerned, extremely concerned at this point, that this is a setup, some sort of robbery, they want to steal the car or something worse, right?
It could have been. I'll tell you, the thing that when he would say that, I would sort of weigh it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like an instinct that the guy was a danger to us. The guy could have had a gun, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. I did
think there was something wrong about her. She didn't look like a woman who was getting beaten up.
Right.
And I've seen domestic violence cases any number of times. So it's not as if I don't have experience with it.
Right.
She did not seem like a woman, even a woman who's gotten beaten up and is trying to cover it up. She didn't seem like that.
Right. And so now my concern is we're staying there. We're not leaving. We don't know what's happening behind us at this point, right? We're in our car 100 to 200 feet in front of their car, but their headlights are right into us. So can see very little. I'm trying to see. I want to see. I'm waiting. I'm watching where those two individuals are. Are they coming up on us at any point? But at the same time, if there's any chance that there's a woman in need on the side of the highway, we are going to stop. The mayor's not he wouldn't be able to live with himself, as he said. And so Stephen just put a picture up. That's the side of the highway. That's the only picture we have from the night. And that's near the end of this part of the incident. You notice in the foreground, that's the taillight of our vehicle. The headlights there you see, that is what we believe is a vehicle that was on the side of the road with the two individuals who had flagged us down. At this point, we have backed up. This is right before we left this stop, but we were much further ahead, but we had slowly backed up over the course of the 19 minute and 19 and a half minute phone call we had with 911. So
would you like to hear some of that?
So here's a 15-second clip from the only clip we have from the night. But they'll get some. There's something interesting in this short video clip.
Cops should really check with us.
Well, the cop car. I don't know where they are. I just know there's a cop car behind their car. But I think the mayor wants to make sure that this is taken care of before we go anywhere.
Okay, so the officer is there on scene and they're going to handle the situation. So I'm going to let you go now.
All right, so we'll play it again, but let me give you some context first. So as you listen to this clip, we are both communicating to the 911 dispatcher. You'll hear the mayor say something. You'll hear me say something. We are talking to the 911 dispatcher. This is the end of the 911 call. I believe I'm actually filming using my phone to see if I could see more than my eyes could, right? To zoom in. And you could, right? Because the lighting, there's ways. So I want to use my phone to get more information to try and see if I could see what was happening behind us. So, and you heard the 911 operator, but we'll play that again because just to kind of set the scene a little bit more here.
Cops should really check with us.
Well, the cop car, I don't know where they are. I just know there's a cop car behind their car. But I think the mayor wants to make sure that this is taken care of before we go anywhere.
Okay, so the officer is there on scene and they're going to handle the situation. So I'm going to let you go now.
So it was a short clip. I think I either realized I wasn't getting good for whatever reason. It was a short clip. So the police at that point, the police arrive. And then you want to talk about the police interaction with us? Yeah.
Before the police
Oh,
arrived,
yes. This is important.
we began to back after we pulled up and made the call to 911. We, in increments, backed up to get closer to the scene so we could hear what was going on in case she was getting attacked or in case we had to get out.
We don't know what's going on. The mayor's insist. Yes.
We creeped up.
Yeah. Backwards.
So by the time you see our picture, we're a little closer.
Put that picture back up. Yeah.
Out of the blue, without any warning to us, she shows up again, this time on Ted's side, which is the driver's side, but interestingly exposed to the traffic.
Right.
First time she was on the side that was the safe side against the traffic or on the other side of the traffic. She's in an extraordinarily dangerous position. And the first thing I think we did was to try to tell her to go. One of the first things that would come around. We were trying to get her to go around, and she did seem to be missing that.
Yes.
She did seem to be missing that.
Yes.
And
her first question.
That might be like she's going after the car.
Right.
At that point.
Well, we don't know because she asked for a cell phone.
Right. So her first question. So this is during the 20-minute or 19.5-minute 911 call. Right. We're on the phone at 911. We're ahead of their vehicle, but their headlights are shining right at us. So we don't know what's going on. We're still concerned about someone who might be in distress. So we're slowly creeping back as we're talking to 911. Really ask them to get there. Right. Please. There's something happening right now. And the mayor, he's not just going to sit by while something could be happening. So we're backing up. We're still weighing risk, right? Weighing our, what is an acceptable risk in order to ensure we're doing everything as our duty. She comes up to the car.
Can I have
your cell phone? That's what we both say.
Well,
no.
What do you want us for?
Yeah.
She said, I want to call my sister. She's only a few miles from here and she can come and take me.
Right.
I said, well, I tell you what. Give me the phone number and we'll call.
Yeah.
Or we'll take you there.
Yes. And I'm thinking
if it's only 2 miles away, we'll just drive you there and you're out of here.
Yes.
And then the rest of it can be dealt with later.
Right. And I'm thinking at the same time, Mayor, maybe she doesn't want to say it. He's listening. So maybe I'm trying to say, is there anything you want to tell us? You want to,
You say to her, is there anything you want to tell us?
I whisper her, right?
Because is there anything you want to tell us?
She's scared, right? She could just be afraid and so I'm thinking, she
said no.
She said no. Yeah, she said no. And so now I'm really thinking, okay, this is your chance, your last chance. Get in the car, we drive away, and then we can talk. Because again, I have an unknown threat, what may be an unknown threat behind us still. Who knows if she's working with him or at this point we were pretty sure it was a man, but she wouldn't get in the car, right? And this is when I really started to think, I don't know what's going on.
She changed her mind because her original request was, I want to get in the car. I want to get in the car.
Right.
And we said, okay.
Yeah.
But then she never got in.
Right. And then she didn't get in. It almost seemed like
we requested her to come in the car again for her own good. She didn't come in the car.
She did. Interestingly enough, though, she gave you a phone number to call. And we did call it. We got to check that.
Which was her sister's phone call.
It was a phone number. We don't know whose phone number it was.
No answer.
But it was a real phone number. Yeah.
Someone answered, the machine answered or the service answered.
Right.
And we left a message. I think we left a message. I'm not sure.
I don't know if we did, but I do recall you getting the phone. It was a working number.
Once again, we told her, come on, get in the car and we'll drive you. Yeah. She said it to her sister. She pointed. She was just a little ways
We
away.
also told her to get on the other side of the road. And I'm thinking, if she can't, is that because she's afraid of him? Again, I'm thinking of all these things. We want to do the right thing, but we have to think of our safety. Nowadays, it's not advisable, especially on your own, right?
Police
to stop.
Inform me of that.
Yeah. The mayor, look, but the mayor. Come on. This is Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
I'm a little older.
Well, no, it's not the age. Well, that is probably, there's some generational factors there, but Mayor, you're always going to do the right thing. If you see somebody in need, and look at immediately, it looked as if this person was distressed.
I was thinking if she had a knife or a gun, we'd grab it and knock it right down. The two of us, we could have disabled the gun.
Yeah. I was willing to take that risk with her, right? Again, my concern early on in this was the light and not knowing.
The guy was a wild card.
Yeah. So now we're at the point where she's acting strange with us. Just a minute or two before we believe the 911 operator, which you heard on that short video clip, tells us, hey, police are here. I'm getting off the phone. So we wait. Police come they kind of handle.
She abruptly leaves.
She leaves while we're
And
like talking about
almost as we're talking to each other. What should we do next?
Right.
You know, we wanted to help. What should we do? Should we get out of the car?
We were getting ready to get out of the car at this point.
Maybe grab her or something. Or
I'm thinking, look,
her. And all of a sudden he turns around. He turns around first. He's like, where is she?
Yeah. And I'm thinking, where is she? And I'm locking the doors and
we watched her walking back.
Yep.
Now it wasn't too concerning because almost immediately you see a police car first.
We believe we see police lights.
I think that's a police car coming. And then we have then the 911 operator, the police are there.
Right.
I'll come up to you in a minute. Please wait.
Right. 911 hangs up. Police handle whatever they have to handle over there. They come up to us then. They come to the mayor's side.
Correct.
And they first said, were you guys the ones to call 911? Some information about who we are. I believe at that point they took our license. At some point they did. And then they just asked us to kind of hang tight, right? He also asked, "Did you see what happened?" And we said, "No." I mean,
we didn't see what happened. She can't. All we can give you the description that she gave us,
right? And then
they said, "Are you busy?" And we looked. We were kind of busy. Yeah. We wanted to go to sleep because we get up very early the next morning. We looked at each other and said, "No, we're okay. We're going
to be here for you. Got to help.
We can stay."
The mayor's gonna. So we stay. The trooper goes back. They handle the situation. He then comes back and informs us. Right. This was.
He informs us. It happened a couple of little questions here and there because he broke it on us, and I was like, what? Yeah.
He was more like, his first question was like, did you see him? Did you see the
an ambulance came up?
Yeah.
You saw the ambulance.
Yeah.
You even thought there might have been two.
Yeah.
Ambulance, but I think it was an ambulance and a fire truck.
Something like that. Yeah. Or another police car.
Or a police car.
Yeah.
The ambulance comes up. So we figured the ambulance maybe is for her. Maybe she got injured. We didn't know that. Maybe even in the interim after she left, she got injured. He comes up. He says, I got a few more questions, but it's resolved now. And somebody's getting in the ambulance. I can see that.
Yep.
And I say, is she badly injured?
Right.
I mean, I don't think she didn't look like an ambulance.
Right.
Is she badly injured?
Right.
And he looked at me and he said, no, not her, him.
Right.
And Ted and I both were shocked now.
Shocked.
Him?
Yeah. Well, total 180 from what we thought, right? What we're dealing with for the last hour.
He used some expletive with it, like she beat the shit out of him.
Right. Yeah. And it wasn't just, like a quick comment. It was multiple comments. This guy was beat up.
Ambulance necessary, beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. She had blood under her.
Now we're really trying to look to see, but we can't because I think they're putting him in the we're trying to see what kind of shape is this guy in. He said, didn't you notice the blood and skin under her nails?
We did not.
I do kind of remember she had very long nails.
Do you remember? Okay.
I do. Well, only because I thought they were dangerous to us.
Yeah.
I kind of looked at the nails and I thought, oh boy, if she starts scratching, we'll have to.
Yeah, but come on. Yeah, we're not going to let nails stop us at this point. You got to think of it. Yeah.
You always think of your plan.
Right.
So.
But
and she really inflicted a lot of damage on him. Now, we never went any further. I do not believe that I don't know, I guess what you do can inflict damage on you have to go into an ambulance. But she must have done a lot more to him. I think I even said, well, she must have done a lot more to him. And he said, yes.
Yes. Yeah. He was very, very,
pretty bad.
So then we continued.
It was pretty bad. And so now.
We talked for a bit.
He goes off in the ambulance. I'm not sure if she goes off in the police car or not.
Right. I believe they said she was detained, but not sure. I don't want to get, I
don't know if she was arrested. She was detained. I don't know if they let her go or they took her with that. I don't know.
Right.
But they stayed for a while.
Yeah.
And we started talking and then they very, very shyly said, if it's okay with her. They were been so tough before that. They turned into like children.
Yeah.
They said, is it okay, Mayor, if we take a picture? And Ted said, yeah, he always takes pictures.
Yeah. And they asked asked their supervisor.
They may even ask you first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Said, well, we have to ask our supervisor.
Right.
Said, absolutely. We don't want to get you in trouble. Ask the supervisor.
They said, absolutely. I mean, come on. You can't fault.
The supervisor came over. He was friendly as hell. He was great. We took a picture with him.
Hey, I wanted to let you know that your son, Andrew, is taking a break from his roles.
Oh,
with the
he
food
actually
truck.
has to come on now, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's here waiting for us if you want to bring him in.
Yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, we got to get Andrew on. Andrew, there you
Well-
are. Oh, you look nice and tan.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just so glad I'm on with you over here. This has been such a whirlwind last 72 hours here, Dad. And I
You
mean,
look
I'm
good.
just, oh my goodness, you look good. You look good when you think about.
You see my.
You look like Gladiator right there. You're ready to go to battle.
Yeah.
You're ready to go to battle. I like the music and everything. So,
So Andrew, tell us your perspective, because it's very, very interesting. I don't know if a lot of people know this exists.
yeah, really fascinating. So I get a text. I looked back actually just at the timing before I came on, but I got a text message at 9:55 on Saturday night that a crash had been detected, and the text message came from your phone. So imagine your father texting you, and I see that a crash had been detected. It shows exactly where it is, right off of 93 in New Hampshire. Immediately, I tried to call you. No answer, obviously. Tried to call again, no answer. Tried to call Ted, thinking that he might be with you, no answer. And then I keep tracking it as I see that you've now moved from that spot to on location in the hospital, and then you're in the hospital. So of course, at this point, you're a little concerned. Crash detected. I see you in the hospital. I'm not getting any response at that point. It's funny how going back and seeing the actual timing of this had felt like it was 90 minutes. And I had told people earlier today that it had been 90 minutes from the time that I got that text message to when I actually got contact with Ted first, as a matter of fact. Maybe Maria. Maybe I got with Maria first, as a matter of fact, and then ended up speaking to Ted, who then, put you on the phone. It turns out it was only about 20 minutes, but it felt like 90 minutes.
Yeah, sure, that
Right?
happens.
It felt that long. So actually going back and seeing that, but then obviously hearing your voice that night, it felt it was good to hear you, because you felt like your normal self, just like you're doing the show right now. The interesting thing, and with September 11th only about 10 days away now, it brought me back to my feelings about you on September 11th, when you knew that there was obviously a major incident. You could see what had happened down at Ground Zero with the towers coming down, first the South Tower and then North Tower, and couldn't get in touch with you. But the thing that's interesting, and I don't know if this is God, this is just knowing you or whatever it is, but I felt a calm that you were going to be okay. I showed it to my wife, and of course she was concerned. I was concerned trying to get in touch with you, but I kind of knew for some reason that you're going to be okay. I don't know if it's the angels that are watching out for you or whatever it is, but we need you here on this earth for a lot longer here. America's mayor is.
Thank you, Andrew.
It's
I
true.
tell you, it was
It's
very
true.
comforting. As I'm going in the ambulance, I hear three names. First thing is, Maria is here. She wants to get in the ambulance, but she's too far away. Your son and daughter want to talk to you. And I'm saying to myself, what was it on the radio?
Yeah.
How would they know?
This was minutes
And
after it happened.
I had no idea you had a communication like this.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how would you or Caroline, Los Angeles, and even Maria, who wasn't far away, but how would they know? And I'm thinking, oh, I bet they put it out on the radio, and it's on television or radio.
Yeah, it's crazy how
But
fast.
it was very comforting to know that you were worried about me.
Pretty miraculous to have that technology where you can actually see that, and what a great thing that is. So obviously recommend for anybody to put their loved one as an emergency contact, so that way if they are in the area, they can go and save them an emergency service situation like that. But obviously feel so blessed that we still have you with you. A great lesson to wear your seatbelt. And it's just nerve-wracking, some nerve-wracking moments, but we need you a lot longer here, Dad. So I'm glad we got you.
And then you were with the president when he called me.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Exciting, huh?
So the president was, I was scheduled to play golf with the president on Monday. And of course the crash happens Saturday night. And Sunday, I'm debating. I talked to you a couple times. I'm debating: do I go up to New Hampshire, or do I go and play golf with the president? So, what does any good son do? He goes and plays golf with the president, of course.
That was good. That was
No,
good.
but I'm really happy that we did, because I think probably obviously the first thing he did when he saw me is he said, "I don't care about you. Get your father on the phone." And I gave him your number. He called you immediately. You guys talked for, I don't know, 20 minutes. He was obviously checking on the situation, what had happened, how you're feeling, all that. But then it was later that day, at the end of the round, that he said one more time. He said, "Get your father on the phone," and I did, and I kind of had an idea what might be coming, but to hear it was pretty amazing when he said that he wanted you to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And for perspective, for non-military, this is the equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor. So this is the highest honor that only the greatest Americans in history have received. And when I think about, and I said this in the Oval Office about a week and a half ago, but when I think about true resilience and standing up in the face of adversity, and not just the emotion of the last 72 hours, but really the emotion of the last 5 years, and what you've taught me, not just as an American, but as a son, about never giving up, about always believing in yourself and always believing in your cause, and sacrificing for not just the greater good, but for our future and for our children. You embody those ideals. Those aren't just words. You showed the world true resilience, Dad. So I can't wait to stand with you one day when the president puts that medal on your neck, because I gather there's been no American in my lifetime more deserving of that.
Do you promise not to walk all around the
No promises. I learned from my boss. This is the art of the negotiation, the art of the deal. No promises here. I've got an MO. I need to keep up with what I do. No, you know what? I'll let you get a few words in this time. How about that?
Okay. I love you. I love Grace. I
love you too. Hold on one sec. Hold on.
Oh, my little.
1 sec. Never give up.
Make him bigger.
Oh my gosh.
Put him full screen. Put it full screen if you can.
Never give up. There you go.
Gosh.
That's you. You embody that, Dad.
God bless.
I'm so proud of you. I love you, Ted. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm sorry you had to go to a Boston Red Sox game. I mean, you shouldn't celebrate your life by going to watch the Boston Red Sox. See the Yankees, but
right. It's like
no. Fenway Park is kind of like we do make fun of it, but Fenway Park really is. It's such a beautiful. It's such a beautiful ballpark. Yeah, it is. Remember,
we were there the first time. It was great.
Well, Andrew Andrew and Caroline were like the first two calls in Dr. Maria, and I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how quickly.
It means a lot at a time like that, Angel. You have a daughter now, and you have a great wife, Z. So give my love to Z and to Grace, okay?
Well, Ted, I'm really, really glad you're okay.
You're doing
Dad,
a great
I love
job,
you.
my son.
Thank you, Andrew.
Okay.
It means a lot.
You're doing a great job. You're just perfect for that job.
Well,
thank you, Andrew, and
I've learned a lot. It
is true. He's absolutely perfect for that job.
Thank you.
Absolutely perfect. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, and maybe we'll get Dr. Maria.
Well, and we also need to finish, right? We had to fit Andrew in, but a lot of our audience still hasn't heard the rest of the story, but we'll come back with that after the break.
There's a surprise here.
Right. But we got to take a quick break.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because they like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans, no Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster, and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these. This is what goes into Rudy's coffee.
Are you ready for some action?
I'm ready for action.
Get the Elite TV plan only through the portal. 218 channels, and it's only $69.95 a month,
Wow.
including your free portal.
That's cheaper than everyone else.
Your favorite sports, movies, news,
Wow.
even daytime dramas. We're talking about ESPN, OAN, Newsmax,
Wow.
channels you can't get anymore in certain areas.
Compared to the competition, this is a way better deal.
Endless selection. Not to mention all the free music channels. There's over 700 premium and classic movies all ready to go.
Wow.
Plus, they got catch-up TV that allows you to go back and watch what you've missed or want to watch again. Cut your cable in half and get twice as much for free.
Way more channels for half the cost.
After the first year, the subscription then drops to $57.95 monthly,
Wow.
where you change or upgrade anytime. Go to QUXNow.com and get yours today. Use promo code Rudy. Act fast. These deals are selling out.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because they like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans, no Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster, and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these. This is what goes into Rudy's coffee.
There we are.
Hello,
We are
hello.
back on America's Mayor Live, and I think everyone knows
That's a great shot. That's a
to
great
the
background.
far right is the very glamorous Dr. Maria Ryan, who must have been at a ball tonight or something. She looks very glamorous, doesn't she, Ted?
She does. She looks great. And, our shot's okay, but, we're doing this now. It's just you and I here. God bless Stephen for being here with us as well. Thank you, Stephen.
I
He's
think I
currently
look
away.
so much bigger than you two.
Yeah.
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 That's
So
okay.
we got to get
You are-
Stephen here to readjust the shot.
We don't care. And Raleigh is doing the adjusting, so we have to wait for Stephen to come back.
Yeah.
And if things get a little strange, Raleigh doesn't exactly know how to adjust. How do you like my gladiator costume?
Do the other.
I hope you're not sitting too much.
Do the cut. Do the
Remember
cut.
what-
Do the cut.
I hope you're not sitting too much.
No, I've been standing up every break. Right, Ted?
Okay.
Right.
He's a taskmaster.
We.
He won't even let me
Remember-
bend like this. Like
No
watch this. Watch this.
BLTs.
Don't bend, he says. I'm going like that. Don't bend.
I think it's important. We got to make sure. No, Mayor, we got to make sure we're following.
I can't stand up like a stiff board.
Well, if that's what we have to do to get you healthy.
Well, doctor, we were just on with Andrew, and Andrew told us how he found out. And it's the whole thing, as I described, that I was getting into the ambulance. The first thing I hear is, Maria is here, and your two children want to talk to you. And I said to myself, here I am, terrible, writhing in pain, right?
Yeah.
And worried about what's going to happen. And I'm saying to myself, this doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was on the radio. And how could Maria get here so fast? So tell us what happened.
It's the smartphone wonder. The smartphone knew you were in a moving vehicle, knew it was abruptly hit. So anybody you had designated as an emergency contact got a text that said this was coming from Rudolph's phone. There was a major collision, and literally gave you the directions on how to get where you were. And I have to say, at first, I
Amazing.
thought it can't be right. You know, number one, I never saw that kind of alert before. But number two, I'm like, these two cannot still be in Manchester. So I didn't know about the whole, you know, you guys were being good Samaritans. But once Andrew called me, I said, nah, I have a feeling this is real. So went up there, and I think they had just taken you two away. And the state troopers were able to debrief me on what happened.
And we left you at the ballpark with your brother Chuck and your sister-in-law, right? And the other people that were with us. And we were going to get together again tomorrow, the next day, and we're all going to Fenway Park so that this guy could get to see Fenway Park for the first time. I think you and I were more excited that he was going to get to see Fenway Park the next day than he was.
Sure,
I had to force him
absolutely.
I had to force him to go. I did.
Well, you know, he was worried about you. He was worried about you. So you want me to talk at all about your injury or no?
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
Why don't you talk about him? Because we didn't really talk about my injury because we were going to have you on, and we know you can do it more intelligently and in a way that people will understand.
Well, you have a cervical spine. They're made up of what's called vertebrae. There's 33 bones in your vertebrae. We usually divide them up. So in the cervical spine, which is your neck area, there are 7 bones. In your thoracic area, mid-back, you have 12 vertebrae. Lumbar region, low in your back, you have 5. Sacrum, they're usually fused, but there's 5 there. And then your tail, the coccyx, you have 4 fused there.
My tail. You hear
No,
that?
no
Raleigh,
twisting.
I got a tail.
You can't twist.
I got a tail, Raleigh. Raleigh, I got a tail.
You can't twist, Mayor. No.
You broke your thoracic vertebrae at number 9, level.
Is that down
9.
below?
So mid-back.
Mid-back.
Yeah. So mid-back. And the good thing is
that
the fracture was not displaced, not impinging on your cervical cord or your, your spinal cord at all. No numbness, no tingling. So it's one of those things that has to heal on its own. It takes a little time, but by doing no BLTs, no bending, lifting, or twisting, and relying on your thoracic brace for support, it'll make healing much better.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool too.
I'm enjoying it. You know, this reminds me of what I used to wear on on Halloween or when I used to play, when I was mayor, I used to do the plays and I did The Lion King and I think The Gladiator. I could do The Gladiator with this.
Well, I tell you, I know your family, Andrew and Caroline and all your cousins got thousands and thousands of calls as well as Ted and myself. You are so loved, Mayor Giuliani, and people were very, very worried about you. Oh. And not surprising that you had stopped to help somebody. That is part of your character, to always give aid to those who need it.
Dr. Maria, you're an angel.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And we do have to, for our audience, we have to go over, the rest of the
good friends too.
We have to go over the rest of the story here because we kind of left them hanging at the scene of the ended up being a domestic violence situation.
The big shocker when the police officer came back.
This is where we left off, right?
And he was like getting us ready to go, but he wanted to chat. I knew he wanted to take a picture. I knew he wanted to take right.
Right.
I just knew it.
Yeah.
But so he's talking, and I asked him why do we have an ambulance? Because she did not look injured. He said, "Whoa, they were very bad injuries." And I thought, "Oh my goodness! Either we didn't see them, or they happened at maybe that period right after. And then I felt bad. Maybe we caused him by. And I said, is she okay? He said, she's fine. He's in very bad shape. We had to put him in the ambulance. I said, and then it turned out, even though she flagged us down and she wanted our cell phone, she was the one who was the aggressor. How weird.
She's probably trying to escape from the area. And as the state trooper says, it's a different world. You know, it used to be we always stop for a woman
he kind
or
of scolded me.
child, but sometimes they want to rob you.
Right.
God knows, maybe even want to kill you. So the days of just giving people a ride are, you know, you did the best thing. You called the police.
And so we're there, and, you know, we kind of recall this part a little bit differently. I'm thinking it's 20, 30 seconds, right? When they flag us down.
I thought it was a little longer.
The mayor recalls it a little bit longer. And yeah, my initial right away, once I realized it wasn't just a flat tire, when I realized this is a woman in distress, or at least acting as if she's in distress, and there's another individual with a light, so you can't see them. My red flags, right? Red flags. But we know, you know, you and I, we know the mayor. He is not, if there's even a chance that there's someone in urgent need, he's not going to just drive on by. He's not going to drive by. And of course, I've been asked countless times, I'm sure you have, people, the mayor, you know, what are you guys doing stopping, you know, in the middle of the night on the side of the highway? Well, we're with Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
The real question is, what will you have been doing not stopping?
Bingo. That's it. That's the answer.
That's the real question. And why are you questioning it? You should be stopping too, pal.
You know what, Mayor? That's the answer.
If we helped each other, we could get out of this. If we all helped each other, these criminals wouldn't be able to do the things that they're doing. I know that since I was a kid, and since I was a U.S. attorney. And well, that's lecturing. It was very interesting that it turned out right. Then, of course, I had the great benefit in my treatment of having a brilliant diagnostician helping me, Dr. Maria. The wonderful doctors and nurses at Elliott Hospital. Can't say enough about them, doctor, right? You ran a hospital.
Yeah.
You ran a
I
hospital.
was very
you
impressed.
And you changed. That lady right there was the #1 rural hospital CEO in the country, 7 years running. So she knows a little something about a hospital. Am I right that they were very good?
They were excellent, from the emergency room physician, from the paramedics, the people who brought you in, the emergency room physician, the nurses, the technicians for all your tests, up until we get up on the floor, the admitting doctor, the neurosurgeon. You know, I could go on and on. I wouldn't want to forget anybody by mentioning names, but somebody sticks out to me is the nurse Paige, who, when you were having a difficult time with pain control, she thought of everything in the world to get you more comfortable. And
she did.
Yeah, she's a wonderful nurse. Yeah.
So we thought Paige was #1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And now you said she could get the Daisy Award.
The Daisy Award. I got it. You know, I know they do that at Elliott. They do that at several hospitals where a patient can nominate a nurse, or maybe it's a nurse's aide, for a day. Or it could be just for nurses. I may not be quite sure. But for a Daisy Award, and they get recognized. They may get some flowers and they get recognized.
Can we recognize
it's a lovely thing.
How can you find out how we do that here in New Hampshire?
We'll figure
You're
it out.
the expert
for sure.
on that.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's actually shocking that Maria was never Miss New Hampshire. There's nobody that loves New Hampshire more, and she's more beautiful than any of the New Hampshires, though.
I do love my state. I really do.
Yeah, well, you got the looks too, you know.
And everybody was professional.
And tall.
Everybody was just so professional from the moment the state troopers arrived on scene until.
But you see how valuable it was, though. This is very important.
Remember, when you're twisting, you got to move the whole chair.
Okay.
You got to move the whole chair if you want to twist.
Good job, Ted.
Maria,
BLT.
You're gonna drive me nuts.
And well, the idea is, and the mayor knows this, right? And any of you that have gone through something like this, you can't. It's the quick moment where you drop something and it's almost reflex to go and pick it up. If I annoy him for a couple of days, over every 5 minutes saying it, you beat it into the head, right? So then he just doesn't do it, right?
Suppose I have a nervous breakdown.
You got to squat.
I don't know
You got to squat. Like
with
you're
everything you've been
sitting
through,
down in the
my
chair.
goodness, you're the
If I
last guy to
if I
have.
just lean over like this, okay? If it isn't him, it's Steven.
Yeah.
Don't bend. I'm not bend. I'm just don't bend.
My
They
goodness.
take it so literally. Bend is like, boop, you just bent.
I
think
say that brace is a marvel of engineering, so I feel pretty comfortable with you.
But don't you think they mean by bending like going all the way down?
No. It's any kind of bending right now you shouldn't be doing. And if don't forget to use your
Even she's
hips
against
and your
me.
knees to
I
squat.
lose.
Well,
And
you don't
not
want to risk
over
it.
your knees.
All it
You're
takes
not
is
gonna
one
listen to me
mistake. We
now,
can,
but
yeah. All it takes is one
I'll
mistake.
teach you how to squat correctly.
Which, by the way, aren't we supposed to lift heavy objects that way anyway? Whether
Yes.
it's all in the legs, back straight.
Yes.
Don't
Absolutely.
bend. Don't lift. Don't twerk.
Don't twist.
No twerking, Mayor.
No twerking or twisting.
I never said twerking. I think we're gonna let's do some twerking.
I have
I
a
don't know
feeling
what
Steven
twerking
knows
is.
how to
I do.
twerk.
I don't even really know what twerking is.
Dancing. It's dancing.
Yeah, but like,
It's sexy dancing.
is that it?
I
Is
don't
that-
know if it's sexy or not. I don't think it looks
But I think
very
it's more
sexy.
specific than
To me,
that.
it is.
You pop up your butt or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But
But so I just wanted to point out,
I'm
and
trying to get off.
well, Dr. Maria, being from here, well, I know she's got some other interviews to do, but I did
Oh,
want
she
to
has
say,
another
but while
interview
she's
later.
here,
Where are you going to be? They can watch you.
on
But what-
Newsmax with Greg Kelly,
What time?
9:30.
Newsmax, Greg Kelly, 9:30. See if she looks as good on Newsmax. I think our cameras are better. Then we'll tell Ruddy.
but she's from New Hampshire. She's been very involved in the hospital administration system.
Nobody knows this place better than
Exactly.
her.
And
Wow,
having
they
her
all know
there,
her.
it was invaluable.
hospital,
It's been
they all-
invaluable having her
Half the people in the
with
hospital.
right. Oh, yeah, right. We got it. Having it was like having Dr. Maria there, right? Got us. We had the best care. We ensured everything was taken care of, and I do have a.
For those people who would have a resentment of giving me special care,
Yeah.
she got us over it.
And on that note, though, and Dr. Maria, I think would agree, that staff, those folks would have been professional, no matter who it was,
100%.
I agree.
right? And I just
I
got the
agree.
best
You know,
feeling
that's
from those
really
folks.
always true.
Yeah, I was very,
Doctor,
very impressed. I was very
Let
happy
me
with
just
the
say
care.
publicly, as I said to Andrew, and now I'm going to say to you, I really appreciate what you did. It was above and beyond a call of duty. You two, the two of you.
And well,
I mean,
and,
I'm going to cry, so let's move
no,
on.
and I want to thank obviously you, Mayor, but also Dr. Maria. She helped me a lot in the last few days as well. I do want to say that.
And the president cured me.
Now, is it President Dr. Trump or is it Dr. President Trump?
Either way, whatever he wants, you know, he's going to give me the presidential
Right,
medal of freedom. He can be Dr. President Trump, Dr. Trump, President Trump, Nobel Peace Prize winner Trump,
Two-time president,
two-time president,
two-time
Really
doctor
three,
with the
but-
man,
scourge of the-
three-time winner.
scourge of the
Three-time
left-wing
winner.
scumbag Democrats.
Right. Oh, but we're
Well,
lucky
Mayor
that we are both
Giuliani,
lucky.
you
That,
keep listening to Stephen and Ted and rest, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Doctor,
God bless
you get
you.
a good night. And we'll try to watch that interview with Greg.
right.
She's always very, very good.
Now we had to get those interviews in, right, due to scheduling, but I feel bad because we haven't finished the full story.
Well,
And
let's do it. Let's
let's
finish
do
it.
that, and then I want to allow you, because I know you don't want to do this.
We can
You
do
want
it.
to get back to the stories and to
Well,
the show.
We can do a little soccer time. Come on.
Yes. So we pick up.
I don't
now
want to
where
push
we-
it too much, but we
Right,
can.
but our audience, this audience of everyone does, you guys have been with us, and we want to make sure you hear it from us what happened. So,
Yeah, nobody else. We're not telling this to anybody else.
right, you're the first people
wanna tell it to our
we've
friends.
sat down and talked to, right?
Because
Outside of the public
we
statements,
wanna
this is
tell
our
it
first.
to our friends because we want you to know exactly how it happened. We have no idea what distortions there'll be, even totally innocent distortions.
Right.
Because when a story gets told from this one to that one, to this one to that one, details are left out, details are added.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So we're going to try to give you the story now. And this way we'll have it on tape because a year from now, if we tell the story, it might be different.
Yeah.
Because you
Well,
remember it
A
different.
year from now, we saved 100 people, right?
Yeah, right.
No. In all seriousness, so now we're shocked at this point. Wow, it was apparently, according to law enforcement, it was the female that was the aggressor. The male was in rough shape. the trooper didn't just tell us, oh yeah, well, you know, she beat him up. Yeah, he mentioned it and stressed it a few times. He is in bad shape. To this moment, I have no idea. I haven't seen him.
Maybe we can try to.
There must be a police report on that.
Let's poke around tomorrow and find out what actually happened to him, because
so
he was standing up with a light. I mean,
yes, at that point, well, that's the thing. In that 20 minutes, who knows what happened?
Is it possible that wasn't him?
Oh, like a third person. I didn't even think of that.
I guess that wasn't him.
I guess the troopers never mentioned.
She had somebody else helping.
Yeah. So just to catch up to speed to where we're at now, we leave the Fisher Cats game. We're leaving town to go home for the night to go to the Red Sox game the next day. We're on 93 South. We're waved down by a couple.
And we enjoyed the game.
We did. We're waved down by these individuals. I quickly have a lot of questions about what's going on, right? When we allow them into our window, basically in the dead of night. So we drive up. We call 911. We're on the phone with 911 for 19 and a half minutes. In that time period, I'm backing up our car safely, right? We're off to the side to get closer to this vehicle with the two individuals who had flagged us down. Because, look, if this is someone in need, every second counts. We're on the phone with 911, but we're not just going to sit there and wait for the police, which may or may not be advisable, right, Mayor? But we're not. That's just not who the mayor is, right? That's not. I like to think I would have done it without the mayor, but certainly when you're with Mayor Rudy Giuliani, you definitely there's a little bit more, of that courage, right? It rubs off on you.
Also, you have to understand. I mean, really, I don't want to sound. I know what I'm doing in these situations.
Right.
You can't imagine how many options were in the back of my mind as to what we would have to do if. It's not as if I do them like a jerk. I've been through them all my life, both personally, growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, and I've been through them in law enforcement. So my father trained me, and my uncle, Rudy, who was a police officer. I always have a plan in mind if, God forbid, like if she had pulled out a gun, it would have been really stupid. She was too close to me to pull out a gun. I'd have been able to grab the nozzle of that gun and smash it against a window.
Right.
Had she pulled out a knife, I could have done the same thing. The problem was, my real concern was not her, and I kept my eye on her. My concern was the guy in the back
with the light,
who obviously it turns out shouldn't have been, but he was the guy who gotten beaten up.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the hell did he have.
Right.
And was he like a crazy, crazed lover who's going to get jealous about us?
Yeah.
And start shooting at us. But I thought
that's why we drove ahead.
I thought we had to take, but I thought we had to take that risk. And when she didn't get in the car, and when she acted kind of ambiguous, I realized this was an emergency, but it wasn't exactly at the level at which she was. It didn't need like immediate intervention.
Right. Right. Like we were thinking for a good court.
There was something more complicated about this.
So please show up. And sorry, we've told this story now, last show and this show, but I believe we've gotten through all the parts up until the state troopers are taking pictures, and we are now free to go. Right. So we leave, we get back on 93. We take an exit, turning back around. Now we're heading northbound on 93. The domestic violence situation is now on the other side of the road. But we're we're coming down.
In fact, we turned around, took a while. Yeah. We turned around, we saw another police incident.
By the way, we passed another car pulled over. That's right.
Which the commanding officer knew about.
Yeah, because I even mentioned that, right? So, and I even mentioned it to you, like, look, wow, so much activity tonight. We get on the interstate, we're driving northbound now. The situation's on the other side of the road, right? Southbound, a lot of lights in that. We're driving, getting ready for the Red Sox tomorrow or the next day. And it happens like I've been told it happens, right? These car accidents. Boom, we get hit from behind.
But I'm going to emphasize, hit from behind can be hit from behind. I haven't been in an accident in a long time, so I don't have a great deal of experience with it, but I can remember being hit from behind.
Right.
This was, it could have been a Mack truck as far as we were concerned, right?
Right.
It was, the sound was unreal.
Right.
The movement, the whiplash of my body was brutal. And it was funny, it wasn't a whiplash of my neck because the harness here sort of held the neck back. Mm-hmm. It held the lower body back. It prevented the head from hitting the But what it did do, and I can't really reproduce it. I'll reproduce it in slow motion. It did this. But
let's not reproduce any of that until we're nice and mended.
But it did it like this. And by the time I was back here, immediately the pain was excruciating, so that you couldn't move. So I don't know what happened. Did I break my back?
And at this point, all I remember is what I recall. Part of what I recall is just a lot of like debris kicking up, right? So two metal vehicles crashing into each other, whether it's concrete, dirt, paint, everything, just dust. And holy smokes, right? And I'm also thinking, wow, this is exactly like they said it would be, right? Boom. I look over to the mayor. He's talking, right? I don't want to characterize him as good, but he's talking and breathing and alive and communicating with me. So that's good. I look over. I see the car in the median.
I really believe, sometimes you're not the best judge of this, but I thought I was complete. I don't think I ever lost any kind of consciousness or.
Right. I don't think so.
I thought I was like completely. Yeah. And I never felt any, probably because I never felt the impact on the head.
Yeah.
It was all
thank God. Yeah. Thank God.
This could have created unconsciousness if it affected the breathing, but it didn't.
Right.
So throughout, I was aware of what was going on.
Right.
Probably when it happened fast and quickly and you get a little confused.
Right.
But I seem to remember point by point by point by point.
And you're right. I just make sure, first of all, and making sure we can get the car off.
Well, I saw you a little bit.
You said something. You did give me some directions, like make sure this car's off the road, right? Something along those lines. And we get the car. I think we're moving.
As I got knocked forward, first thing I did is look over to you like that. So my head was turned like this.
Yeah.
I was trying to see what was happening to you because I was going to grab over and try to hold you.
Yeah.
But you
I seemed like I was fine. I don't even know how forward I went.
Here you go. You just did it.
Yeah. You can't do it.
No, but go ahead. Just move.
Because I'm holding the wheel.
Yeah, about that, like that.
But no hit, nothing.
But not major.
Yeah.
One of the other things he had was he had the steering wheel here. I didn't.
Yeah. And the airbags did not deploy. I don't think they did.
Maybe bad. My seat was further back than yours. I always put my seat further back.
Yes. Oh, God. Thank God. Yeah, maybe.
Not so thank God.
Oh.
What I had was a much longer distance to get ripped.
Well, right? But the seatbelt.
The seatbelt kept me from getting.
Yeah.
But I got
more. Yes, because you're leaning back and the seatbelt slack, some slack on the seatbelt.
All you get is this.
Right.
You normally would have gotten a whiplash.
Yeah. But quick, I want to get to this part.
I don't know why you didn't.
Because we both very much want to.
Or you're not telling us.
No, I've got some soreness, but they said that you'd get some soreness, right? So
okay.
No,
and
I don't want
to give you a problem if you don't have.
Right. No, look, Mayor, this part I want to get out too. This is important to both of us, right? So the mayor's, I see him visually. I know that he's at, right there. I look to my left. There's the other car, very much in bad shape in the median. I see
the lady's car.
The woman's coming out.
We feel very sorry for her.
We really want her.
I don't think she's a bad actor here at all.
No.
If anybody does, I don't think so. I think I'm going to tell you what I think happened. She was driving. If you say she was driving fast, everybody in New Hampshire drives fast. I'm sorry. She wasn't driving any faster than anybody else. Was she driving too fast? Probably. But I'm not going to hold that against her. How would she know?
Right.
And I think maybe, but I would tell her as a lawyer, don't make a statement about this. Maybe she rubbernecked. That's what the cop thought. Cop said to us, this happens.
They saw it happen.
Remember when he said this happens a lot?
Yes. And I knew that. I've heard that.
When there's an accident. Oh, I heard that too, sure. When there's an accident, they rubberneck. So now let's say she's driving along. Boom.
Right. And it just happens.
And it seems to me, but I'm not sure of this, at the very last minute, she tried to swerve.
That must have been part. There was something because we were moving at a
going like this. She's looking over there.
Right. Because she must have gone in the median.
Well, she must have gone that way.
Yeah. So I see the car. First question: is there anyone else in that car? As I see this woman coming out, she says no. That's important, right? Because you gotta. And then I see her. She's obviously upset and distraught. All I care though is that she's okay. I grab her. Or I try to, I get up close to her and just make sure she's okay. I believe there's a little bit of blood, but other than that, she seemed fine. I don't want to say fine, right? But she at least seemed like, nothing needed immediate attention.
I would be very upset if they charged her, and I would stop it. I would do everything I could.
Of course, we have no plans.
I wouldn't even testify against her. I just think the woman made a mistake, and she should move on with her life.
Oh God, God bless. Yeah, a 19-year-old.
Everybody makes mistakes. If she made a mistake, maybe she didn't even make a mistake. Maybe it was understandable. In any event, the poor woman didn't mean any harm to anybody. And thank God it all worked out okay. I'm fine. He's fine. Little rehabilitation. That's it. The Democrats are happy because they got a certain amount of pain. It hurt. I'm going to tell the Democrats that.
People.
If you guys want a little, you want to get a little lust, bloodlust? This was really painful, guys. You know, you never did any pain to me like this. I could always handle your pain because you're a bunch of phony bastards. Boy, are you terrible. Are you Democrats terrible? I don't know what has happened to you. You actually amaze me. And I'm getting to move you into the category of evil now. But only unless you're really stupid. Unbelievable the things that you do. Favoring criminals, favoring people that will kill other people. Rosie O'Donnell immediately accuses the killer at Ascension School of being MAGA, sort of encouraged by Trump to kill these kids. And he turns out to have a thing on his gun saying, I want to kill Trump. He's hardly MAGA, sweetheart. He's what you've been breeding, transgender. And treating like, oh, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. Get your cock cut off.
Oh my gosh. But maybe to put a bow on this for now, right?
Do I get off the point sometimes?
No, but you're making other important points. But I want to let you get back to some sense of normalcy tonight. This isn't normal where I'm sitting here. Today. And we want you to get some of the news out, right? There's a lot of news to discuss, but I just have to say, and I'm following in the words of Andrew and Dr. Maria, that the man sitting next to me here, I mean, this is just another example in a endless line of another example in a countless list of you, Mayor, just showing incredible courage and bravery and doing the right thing. And I learned some valuable lessons just
Rudy the
by
base.
being with you through this whole process.
Rudy the base.
Hey, base here. What's your 20?
Within the next 15 minutes, although we are in undetermined soccer time, it'll be time for a landing of this craft.
No bending. Don't bend too.
I'm not allowed to bend, but
no BLT. If you suffer from an injury like this, it's BLT.
Do I have to take value the advantage of my co-pilot here to do some of the landing so I don't bend?
No, yeah.
Clear to land.
Clear to land? Okay.
Well, what we should do on that note, and thank you, thank you to everyone that's reached out.
Right on top of, can I land? I see one right down there. It says Biden Beach Home. Can I land on that one and see if what we can find in there?
You're not going to find much there.
You think there are other hard drives there?
I hope not.
We're going to take a quick break, but I do want to just say one more thing. I want to apologize for some folks that we haven't gotten back to.
I broke our thing.
Oh gosh, put that back in there. But those of you, a lot of you have reached out, literally, like Andrew and Dr. Marino said, hundreds, if not thousands. The mayor obviously appreciates all the well wishes and that. We will give out an address. I want to check on a few things before giving out an address on where you can. People have been asking me for sending well wishes and that. We'll make sure that happens. We'll get that out there.
It amazed me because sometimes you only find out about the people who abandon you and not the people who stick with you. Now you do, when the people abandon you, the people who stick with you do right to you, but there's no special occasion.
Right.
But this gave me a sense of how many people stuck with me. And I'm very, very happy about that because it says something beyond me. No, please don't. Well, I'm just going to say it. It meant you stuck with your country. Because all I was doing was what your country needs. Trying to defend it against deprivation of free speech, deprivation of due process, unfair allegations of criminal conduct. Just pure out and out nasty, vicious attacks of lies against people. They still do it, ladies and gentlemen. But I have a feeling, I don't know if I'm wrong about this. I don't think so. And I think in a few months, it's going to turn out to be, you're going to see the polls on this. I think their ability to do this now has been greatly diminished. I don't think they're taken seriously when they do these wild, like Rosie O'Donnell, immediately they fact checked her.
Right.
They didn't fact check her in the past. Here she is accusing this murderer of being a MAGA murderer. And what a stupid thing to do. I mean, the whole transgender industry that's making billions off breeding these children wants to kill them.
Right.
They want good publicity. They don't want bad publicity.
Right.
And she jumps in and immediately accuses the guy of being a MAGA person. And she brings highlight to the fact that it's a transgender person, which may not be fair.
Right.
None of this stuff is completely fair. Any overgeneralization is unfair. But unfortunately, if she's going to bring MAGA into it, and she's going to bring transgender into it, and we look at the last 6 mass killings, 5 of them are transgender, and none of them are MAGA. So
right.
Which is the more current problem? The one you're lying about or the one you're trying to suppress?
Right. Right. But I know none of our audience is that shocked to see the mayor right back at it tonight with live programming. Maybe we take a short break. Do you want to do some?
Yeah.
We'll stand up a little and then we'll come back and have you discuss the news of the day. We can't go a night without hearing some of the news.
With this thing.
I'm
looking at this place here. I could do what I did at the Sheraton. Maybe I could do it like before we leave here, we could use one of those. I could do I could fly.
Oh, come in on that'd be a great entrance. Yeah.
Maybe we'll find that picture and show it to them.
Yeah, I got to find that.
Okay.
For those who don't know what he was pointing at, there is a full lift that looks like it could lift probably about 10 tons.
That could lift me. I'm not that heavy.
Barn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We could have some fun with it. Anyhow.
Well, we're going to take a short break and we're going to be right back. I know this is a bit of an unusual show, but I hope it's interesting to you. U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because we like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans. No Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these. This is what goes into Rudy.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnels to Towers at T2.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because they like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans, no Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these. This is what goes into Rudy's coffee.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home. Show your support for America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnels to Towers at T2T.org. Pens make it interesting. I love these pens.
Love those pens, yep.
Oh, my God. Well, here I was explaining to Ted one of my psychological problems. I love these pens. Fabulous for underlining.
Right.
Oh, man. And then see that article? Right there, all underlined beautifully. So I can just tell you, the Post has some really, really good columnists. I'm not happy with the ownership of that whole Fox thing with Rupert, because I think Rupert and his sons, well, I'm not going to say. I just don't think they're all there. They're all on board. But boy, do they have some good reporters. Ricky Scott is fabulous. She's fabulous. This is a great article about the new school in Manhattan. Now, the new school in Manhattan has always been like a old tired out hippie school. Everybody who goes there looks like they're worn out from having taken drugs. So it's hard to see how they could do really good academic work. But on the other hand, over the last number of years, as I've not known as much about them, and I was there for a big seminar a while back, and I was impressed. Maybe they've changed. But listen to this. And you tell me how a normal, non-criminal person does this. They have a sociology seminar about petty crime. It's called The Politics, Ethics, and Aesthetics of Petty Crime. I have no idea what aesthetics petty crime has, but I guess it does. And then it goes on to say, in a world where accumulation is sacred. So immediately you can see this is a prejudice against anybody owning anything. Like, it's justified that you can steal what I have because I have too much. Dispossession is routine. No, it's not. You dispossess me, I fight like hell, like I did in the bankruptcy court.
Right.
And the line between private property and public good is drawn in blood. I do not know what they mean by that. But if what they mean by that is my blood to get my property, these are effing communists. Now, this course includes, this is to help the kids take this. Field trips where capital is hoarded and value is contested, like museums, banks, and even grocery stores. In other words, these people have so much, you can take it from them. This is a college course. I guess it's fitting in New York where shoplifting loot worth less than $1,000 is a mere misdemeanor. Wow. And that's why everything is in a cage in New York. In fact, a lot of the people should be in cages.
What was your what were your instructions to police officers when dealing with shoplifters?
Arrest them. Try to get the maximum sentence. If they do it more than once, put them in jail. If they do it more than twice, even put them in jail for a long time. Only way to stop them. I'm not going to just recirculate them to the street. Yeah, God, you know, we got people with 50 shoplifting convictions,
right,
or arrests, and they're back on the street in 12 hours. I mean, who wants to interrupt their shoplifting? I mean, they get annoyed if you make it take too long.
Right.
Because they say, "Oh, gee, you took 12 hours out of my schedule."
Right.
It depends on whether we're a pathological society or an honest society. And a society without God becomes a pathological society. I know we're mixing in a lot of very important things, but they're all very important.
Right.
The course catalog on this rather unusual course says that the class is a look at radical ethics and asks, is it possible to steal back what was already stolen? Now, the steal is extremely specific. The stolen is generalized to 170 years ago. That's what they're talking about, Ted. Jeez. It's a 4-credit course. I could become a doctor of shoplifting.
That's absurd.
Columbia University,
oh,
the
God.
Jew-hating university.
Speaking of absurd, well, is Columbia or Harvard?
The number one Jew-hating university
it's still Columbia?
Of 2024.
Okay.
Harvard is the number one Jew-hating university today.
25.
When does the season start?
What?
When does the season start?
What season?
Like, how can a school overcome another school? They just have to go that much more berserk?
Yeah, they have to beat up and keep more Jewish kids out of school. They have to make Jewish kids feel completely uncomfortable. Okay. They probably have to beat up a few. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And then the professors have to be ridiculously anti-Jewish, Holocaust deniers.
I think we have a competitive field.
Muslim lovers without any acknowledgement that the Grand Mufti of the Muslim religion was an ally of Hitler, or that the Muslims in large extent are carrying out Hitler's pledge to eliminate the Jewish people. Nothing would have made Muhammad more happy than that,
right?
Or happier than that. So Columbia has an entire course. This used to be a place that used to teach Western civilization. That ended a long time ago when they went back to the jungles. Columbia University now has an entire course dedicated to the fictitious HBO series Game of Thrones as a way to study empires. Why not use England? It's like real. Huh.
So Game of Thrones, for those of you out there, was a popular TV series on HBO from around, I would say, 2010 or 2011 until
it's great. I
2017 or 2018.
Yeah. I think it's 5 books.
Yeah. Or I don't know how many, but it's a number of books.
Believe it or not, I've read 3.
Oh, you are a Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, I read 3.
When did you get into it? When it was popular?
I got into it about 8 months into the first season. 8 episodes of the first season.
You got into the books.
I watched it and I liked it. So I didn't get the books yet.
Okay.
I put it on. So my wife and I used to like watching them together.
Yeah.
So I put them on.
Yeah.
And first night it was too brutal for her.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Too brutal.
The head gets
and
something happens.
About 2 weeks, and then it started. Something about it got to her, and she said, can we watch it again? I want to watch it with you because it gets me scared. And we watched it and we went right through 2 episodes. Then the next night we went through 5.
Wow. So you really got hooked on it then. You really liked it.
Really hooked on it. And her nephew was reading it. And I went out and got the books and I started reading it. And then we started seeing the variations from the book to the movie. And the variations were minor, but interesting because you could see what they were trying to
that's a good question.
Did the books have more dragons?
Yes.
Because that's a big complaint of the show. I guess it's just expensive.
Not enough dragons?
Yeah. They say the show doesn't have enough dragons.
Well, because the dragons are, they didn't know how realistic to make it and how fanciful to make it, right?
Right.
So they compromised that minimal fancifulness.
And not make it.
But in fact, it couldn't be because it was absurd. Absurd can be great, but for example, the whole major problem were the possible attack of the dead people in the kingdom beyond that could come and kill all of the people
north of the wall.
North of the wall.
The White Walkers.
The
White Walkers.
Those people were all dead.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that's ridiculous. I think I hope it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Oh, you're that's a basic. Yeah. Well, that's a basic. I thought you were going a little bit deeper.
On the other hand, if you're going to do fanciful, it's not ridiculous.
Right. But
so I think I think Game of Thrones is one of the great movie things there is. I think it's a terrific book, and I would recommend it. Except it doesn't become comfortable with itself. It doesn't become comfortable with the fact. What is it? Is it fictional history or is it fictional fantasy? And what it is it's fairly obvious history made into fanciful situations.
A lot and heavy on dialogue. If some of the seasons anyway, I remember sitting there thinking, you know what? These episodes are turning out into just like dialogue. I mean, good dialogue. A lot of sometimes very interesting conversations.
Parts of it. I mean,
but dialogue.
I just pointed out to you one flaw. Maybe it had 2 more, very few others.
Yeah,
it's a fabulous drama.
Yes, in the dialogue,
and it also
the conversations.
Also, if you want to use a drama to not teach people history, the facts of it, the little fact, but the sweep of it. It really does describe how the English
you're
kind of empire.
Warming up to the class.
You're starting to you're starting to warm up to the idea of Columbia University having this Game of Thrones class.
Oh no, I don't think you should teach an empire based on a fantasy. There's an empire to teach. It's the real empire. This is somebody's prejudices. This has no relation to reality.
Okay.
But I have no objection to the works of fiction.
Oh, for 4th grade.
But you know, when we learn,
for like kindergarten.
We learn a lot of history of the Roman Empire. We're learning it through the lens of, say, like Gibbon, which I saw you have a set upstairs. And
Gibbons thought he was a historian. He wasn't writing fiction. The people who wrote Game of Thrones didn't think they were writing history. They were writing purely fiction. And the fiction was a very loose description of the beginning of the British Empire. Very loose. So they didn't feel any connection to any particular reality. And do I think you can have both? Yes. But you can't confuse them. You can't say, I'm going to teach geography of England by teaching the geography of the 7 kingdoms.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know a lot about this show.
The kingdoms is in your effing mind.
I didn't realize.
The geography of England is for real.
I didn't realize you knew so much about Game of Thrones.
Would you like me to compare the similarities between the geography of England and the Nordic countries and the geography of the
Game of Thrones
kingdoms and how they sort of mirrored each other and then where they varied? Yes.
I think you love this class, would take this class and teach this class. Based on how you're sounding.
Mayor, you sound like someone that could be. You could teach this class. You're getting me into it.
These woke assholes don't teach it that way. They teach it like it's real.
And then Cersei Lannister in the year 18.
Cersei was a fascinating character.
I agree. That's fascinating, right? That's one of the words I use
character
for
of all, though, whose name I'm gonna forget.
the short guy.
No, not the short guy. Was the funniest.
Yeah,
character.
yeah. Peter. Well, that's his act. That's the actor.
To call him midget, but
no, we called him short.
yeah, but he was the most interesting character.
Yeah, he was.
But I think and I'm away from it now long enough. I can't remember the real hero. The only real hero in this is the first
Ned.
Does he? Yeah. Does he die?
Oh, is this a spoiler alert?
Does he die in the first year or the second? I don't remember.
It's either the first or you're right. It's either the end of the first season
or the end of the
or
second
the beginning of the first or the second, or it's just the first episode. Because
no. He has 5 or 6.
Okay, because you get to know him and like him, and then boom, he's gone.
And then his children become the key. His bastard child, Snow.
Yes, Jon Snow.
I love Snow. Snow's fabulous.
You are bringing it all back for me, Mayor.
Now, I think we might have to take a required break for stretching and standing, but no bending, lifting, or twisting at this point.
Or we can keep talking and just stand up.
I have no desire to twist.
Or we can keep talking and just stand up with our mics. What do you prefer?
We could do it, but no, we'll take a break.
Take a break.
I think everybody would like a little break, and they can go to the bathroom or something like that, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up on our soccer time. And this is a good time to do it because we're not interfering on the more superior show, Dr. Maria.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because they like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans. No Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster, and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these.
Are you ready for some action?
I'm ready for action.
Get the Elite TV plan only through the portal. 218 channels, and it's only $69.95 a month,
Wow.
including your free portal.
That's cheaper than everyone else.
Your favorite sports, movies, news,
Wow.
even daytime dramas. We're talking about ESPN, OAN, Newsmax,
Wow.
channels you can't get anymore in certain areas.
Compared to the competition, this is a way better deal.
Endless selection. Not to mention all the free music channels. There's over 700 premium and classic movies all ready to go.
Wow.
Plus, they got catch-up TV that allows you to go back and watch what you've missed or want to watch again. Cut your cable in half and get twice as much for free.
Way more channels for half the cost.
After the first year, the subscription then drops to $57.95 monthly,
Wow.
where you change or upgrade anytime. Go to QUXNow.com.
U.S. Army Major Scott Smiley paid a high price serving our nation. Scott was leading his platoon in Iraq when a blast sent shrapnel through his eyes, leaving him blind and temporarily paralyzed. Scott would become the first blind active duty military officer before medically retiring years later. Thanks to friends like you, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave Scott and his family a mortgage-free, specially adapted.
Here we are, pretty much at the beginning of the process here at this pristine, I call it a laboratory. It's not like a factory, it's like a hospital. This is the beginning of the process for roasting. Deep grain, very good quality. Most people don't use this quality. We deal with small farmers because they like to know who we're dealing with. They give us the highest quality, all organic, non-GMO. You should know all Arabica beans. No Robusto, all Arabica. They're going to go into the roaster, and it'll get roasted for about 20 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, look at these. My goodness. You're going to want to specially order these. This is what goes into Rudy's coffee.
Here we are. Here we are. Rudy Giuliani, Ted Goodman, the creators of America's Mayor Live. Number what?
747. What's the major airplane?
Yeah, I was gonna say
747? Is a 747 one of the major airplanes?
And they're all crashing.
Wow. So that's, by the way, folks, that's so we've had a couple taped shows, we have to say, right? Obviously yesterday.
Do they get numbers?
They get numbered, yeah. They get 747. This is a 747 straight weeknight that the mayor and I have done this show. Starting back in October of 2022. We're just a month away from the 3-year anniversary.
How hard I tried to come on last night.
Oh, we were.
I don't think I'd have been able to sit though.
We made the right call. The doctor,
I had a chance today to lay out my back, stretch it out, exercise a little, kind of figure out that I could stand up, sit down. While you were off, I was standing up, walking around.
Yep.
And I have to tell you, I don't know if it's your influence or whatever. I feel great right now. I'm ready to go out and.
But we can't.
I'm ready to go out.
I know, but we got to take it easy.
One of those passes that nobody caught for Arch Manning.
Archie Manning. Now we're talking football.
Nobody caught it for
now.
him.
As much as I'd like to talk football, the mayor he's got to get through some of his stories or some important news today. And we tune in to hear from his perspective, right? That's why we love this program. So, I mean, we watched a lot of football the last few days, but I think the mayor wants to get some of the news of the day here so we can
see these numbers here. I'm going to show you these numbers. 54, 8, and 32. I talked to the president yesterday, several times. Now, if I were him, and he's really upset about those numbers. You know what those are? Those are the numbers in Chicago, in the city where they don't want help. 54 represents the number of people shot over a holiday weekend. 8 is the number so far killed. Before I started the show, or shortly before, it was 7. Who knows how many more of these are going to descend into that? 32 separate shooting incidents. I raised that one to say it's all over the city. Boom, 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 boom. What's a holiday weekend or a weekend in Chicago?
And just on that, check out this video. This is just so sad. But as a youth sports official, I very much feel for this guy.
In Chicago, everybody got to get down. Everybody got to get down because they shoot. Everybody down.
Look, you see here the kids are running.
They shooting. We can't have no fun in Chicago, man.
You can't have no fun in Chicago.
This is terrible.
Fun. Yeah.
Wow. Awful.
Now, here's what drives me crazy. So the absolutely useless mayor of Chicago gets nasty and vicious and turns them down. And Fatso Fogarty goes crazy.
What a great.
Now, there's a totally silly man. He's a product of a very rich family where he was too stupid to run the business. This happens a lot in these rich families. And they figured he's not too stupid to ruin Chicago. It's already ruined. And he's there making every stupid decision that people tell him to make. I don't know if he's a really completely stupid man or an overwhelmed man. He could be an overwhelmed man. He's always been considered a ne'er-do-well. He doesn't have any pride in himself. He wouldn't be fat pig like that if he did. And he comes up with these, I don't even understand it. How can you say no to help when every weekend, even when crime is going down for them or going up, every weekend a shooting gallery.
Right. Whether it's up or down that weekend. Right. It's far too many.
Last weekend it was 7 and 27.
7 deaths.
7 deaths, 27 shootings. This weekend it was 8 and 54.
Thank goodness that.
Think of the 54.
Right.
People get shot. Who knows if they're going to die? And do you know getting shot? Don't take any solace in shooting numbers. Shooting numbers are killings that went wrong. When you got high shooting numbers, you're eventually going to have high kill numbers.
It's a very good point, Mayor.
Well, somebody will get lucky and aim correctly, or they won't get to the hospital on time.
Right.
The reduced number of killings is a result of not just bad shooting, but also very good medical work that didn't exist. I mean, it's like our military in the Civil War. We probably would have had half those casualties if it wasn't for the fact that we didn't have great medical.
Right.
We also would have had an awful lot of paraplegics and an awful lot of people with one leg and an awful lot of.
But they'd be alive.
People died. Yeah.
Right. That's a very good point, Mayor.
So somebody made the point that you could have 1,000 witnesses in the Epstein case for James Coomer. It won't help. Coomer won't get the point. I'm sorry, but I'm very annoyed at him because he didn't get the point on. He got the point on Biden. He blew the case completely. There are things he never even mentioned that I can't understand how he could have gone through it and not realize that Hunter is on tape explaining how he got money to his father, and he failed in showing how they got money to his father, at least in a simple. I mean, come on. Over and over again has he failed to do things. He failed to point out one thing that would be enormously critical to everything else that's going on, that Hunter knew that his father was demented in 2019. Hey, it's on a email. And Coomer Boomer couldn't figure it out. I don't know. I don't have a fix on him. Ted, what do you think? We see him he likes to be on television too much.
He's on TV a lot.
And he deprives his staff.
That's what I hear.
And he deprives his members of a good chairman shares it because he wants loyalty. And a good chairman says, okay, I'll be on twice as much, but you take this one, you take that one, you take this one. You've got some pretty high-powered members there.
Yes.
So what's wrong? What's wrong with him? Is he an incompetent baby?
So with someone like Congressman Comer, you can take him and look at almost any member of Congress. I'm not going to say all. We have some friends in Congress that I think are good, but that's the exception, right? Really, the rule in Congress is you get people in there who are either focused on. I don't even get it, right? I don't understand, because someone like you wouldn't understand this, right? You didn't go into public service for any of these reasons, but these folks go there and they get it. First of all, they get impressed, right, by the lobbyists and the nice dinners and the marble halls, and so that gets to them. And as you said, Mayor, they seem to all be focused on press conferences, strongly worded ex posts, tweets. They like to get their moment on camera at a committee hearing, right, where they really get some dumb witness to say something so they sound great. But at the end of the day, after all that, what do we get? What are we getting done? What is Congress actually doing?
They don't follow through.
Right. And what
their report on Biden strangely, weirdly missed some of the key evidence against it.
Right. I remember. Yes. So here's another thing. He wrote a book. He's a sitting member of Congress who had time to write this book. And really the book is about how he wasn't able to prosecute the Bidens based off of, not that he would have prosecuted them, but his investigation of the Bidens yielded very little, if any, results.
So there's a new opioid. I don't know if it's new, but it's been discovered now. They say it's 40 times more deadly than fentanyl.
40?
Which is hard to believe.
Holy, fentanyl kills you like that.
Yeah, and it's called nitazene.
Holy smokes.
Nitazene, and there is an act in Congress, Nitazene Control Act, by Eugene Vinman and Michael Baumgartner from Virginia and Washington State, classifying the drug as having no medical use and high overdose risk. And they say that it has to be focused on early before it takes the place of fentanyl, if they are ever able to control fentanyl.
Is that it?
This is the new drug.
Yep.
Scary. Fentanyl was enough.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just what we need. Another one, right? So the here, I know this is a small thing, but it bothers me, and it is a fight back to getting us to our right culture. So Trump, and maybe because it's back in New York, has been taking on New York State in their legislation to remove all indigenous people designations for teams. Now, it's not to remove insulting ones. It's not to remove ones that indigenous people are upset about. Remove all.
I mean,
so there are two at issue right now. One is Connecticut. I think it's pronounced. Now, if I didn't pronounce it correctly, it looks like Connecticut, but it's spelled differently. Connecticut, which is Mid-Island. They have a high school there. The name of their team are the Connecticut, and they're a good football. They're one of the ranking football teams, as is the other one we're going to talk about. They're called the Connecticut Thunderbirds. Well, that's apparently Thunderbirds, which I didn't know, like the car, right? The Thunderbird is an indigenous people's reference. So you have to get rid of it. And they've negotiated so that they will get rid of it to the point of calling it the Connecticut T-Birds. And they're not sure if that's going to fly.
Well, wait.
I'm just telling you the facts. Now, I don't know anything else. Now you take over from there.
Well, I got to read about this situation, but all I could tell you, Mayor, is ever since they got rid of the Washington Redskins, nobody learns about, I mean, they used to really incorporate the local Native Americans, indigenous tribes, they used to incorporate those folks into their games. I was a Green Bay, I am a huge Green Bay Packer fan. I learned more about Native American history, whether this may be an indictment on me, but I learned a lot. I'll just say this. I learned a lot about Native American history or some, and tradition through the Green Bay Packers. They have the Oneida Nation gate. That's one of the big entrances to the stadium, right? They highlight the some of the tribes during the game. And I learned a lot about, I don't want to say a lot, but I was exposed.
Learned something about
I learned something and I was
something
exposed
more than
to
the cowboy movies taught you.
Right. And so I can imagine the Washington Redskins used to honor all these different tribes. They'd make them part of the game day experience.
The family that was the family of the guy.
Yeah, what an honor.
Chief is suing because they said that since they took him off, they've lost all their revenue.
They lost everything.
He was like a big hero.
Right.
He was even on a thing with Franklin Roosevelt.
Right. And now they're going to forget it all. Now they're the Washington Commanders. They have some corporate font, Washington Commanders. No logo. The logo's a W.
So Redskins, how could Redskins be bad? The accepted way to describe black people is black.
But yeah.
So if you call them Redskins.
White, or how about white? Black, like you said, right? Black people, white people.
What is wrong with calling them Redskins? They don't really have all red skin, but they have something close to red skin. What's wrong with that?
And it's not even that we're calling anybody that. It's the name of a team, right? We're not calling anybody a Redskin.
It's not in order to make the money.
Yeah. It's literally the name of a team. You got the Fighting Irish. I mean, the Fighting Sioux. There was the Fighting Sioux. They had to get rid of that team name. Yet nobody talks about the Irish.
It's okay for the Irish to be fighting, but not the Sioux.
Right. That's another good example. And I want to double check that. I believe it's North Dakota or South Dakota State Fighting Sioux. There might be some other examples. At least one of them had to change their name. Yet we have the Fighting Irish. These same liberals, I mean, we don't bring up any of them, but these same liberals they're not even consistent. Or maybe they're consistent in that they go after the ones that they feel they can make the most hay.
It's officially canceling Ted though because it is the Fighting Hawks, Ted.
Now, well, they changed it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the change, right? They had to change their name from was it South or North Dakota or South Dakota State?
A lot of young kids,
was this North or South Dakota State though?
It's North Dakota.
So let me just quickly explain this, right? North Dakota State University used to be called the Fighting Sioux, right? Notre Dame are known as the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Sioux had to change their names to the Fighting Hawks. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish haven't changed their name. Who are the real racists here? Who are the real ones that are pointing out?
Why do they have to change from the Sioux to the Hawks?
Because the Sioux is a tribe, the Sioux tribe.
Who are the Hawks?
A hawk, I'm guessing the bird, like a hawk. So they changed the name from so they took away.
They weren't a tribe.
They were in a tribe. That's a bird,
so
right?
We can defame the bird, but not the tribe.
Yeah. Well, no. So we can. Well,
why are you defaming the tribe if you say they fight?
And that's the thing, Mayor. This got so out of whack. Where we literally, this is an honorable name. Who doesn't want to be fighters?
They named that out of respect for them?
Exactly.
Ted, how many kids aren't going to be curious and ask about the Sioux culture and learn about
bingo
things, especially because the local community is probably, highly valued, or they highly value the Sioux culture, right? Because it's,
of course,
out there.
But who are the real racists
here? A museum to the Sioux. People want to know about the Sioux.
The Fighting Sioux, the Fighting Irish, the Fighting Americans, right? I just so bizarre. But pointing that out is so key because there's a method to their madness, right? They want to divide. They want to create issues where there isn't one. And then they get to come in and be the first.
In fact, the history of America has been people come in from all different places. And then the society, the ultimate culture assimilates. We assimilate. We lose some of what we had. We bring in some of what we had, and it combines with others. What?
Sorry, I was just saying no BLT. You're getting close to twisting or
BLT.
Right. He's getting you're starting to do your. I get it, but
I'm actually getting hungry. I wouldn't mind a bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
I was going to say, how many BLTs do you think we're going to have before this whole thing is
We have
over?
a phone call here.
I was trying to shut up the phone call.
Well, yeah, one never knows who it could be. Remember who called us the other day?
Well, we have had someone call us on the program. That was hundreds of episodes ago.
Oh yeah. We're dying to put them on again.
So those of us, look, we know we talk about sports a lot, and not everyone out there is a sports fan. Dr.
Maria? She wants me to get off.
She wants us to get off. So
Dr. Maria, you're back on. We're so blessed. What?
So we're still.
Dr.
So
Maria.
he's taking a call live on the show. Steven, why don't you I want a quick shout out to Steven here.
Hear you.
We're putting you on speaker. You're on the program live. Let her know that she's on before she got.
Yeah, you're on. Well, what do you want to tell me? Nobody
really
can hear
passionate
you.
About
go to you.
Which one?
Oh wow, I like this.
No, was it good? It was. Well, we're gonna watch it now. We can watch it on.
So sorry, folks. The mayor's taking a call. We're still live on the air, but I do want to do a quick shout out.
I wanted to know if we saw the Greg Kelly show, but that's a pretext to try to get us off because she thinks I'm tired.
Right, but I do want to say, look, and this is there's so many people. The mayor obviously would want to thank individually. I want to thank individually. We can't.
Let's do that now, and then
No, because I want to.
We shouldn't go beyond 10. This is my first night back, and Dr. Maria, our doctor.
Yes.
Is actually giving us a nice warning.
But the second this happened, the second it became public that this happened, I heard from so many people. I'm only going to name one because there's so many of you that I'll follow up with, and we'll talk about this over the coming days and weeks. But Steven Schumacher immediately got in his car in Michigan. Michigan. I put him on, but the camera's not even facing him. I don't know, but put the camera on the group shot. But Steven got in his car. Fine, put it back and come over.
There he is.
Okay. So Steven got in his car with Raleigh. Where's Raleigh? Raleigh's sleeping. Go get Raleigh. Get Raleigh. Switch the camera. Come over.
Treats.
But Steven got in his car with his dog and drove 20 straight hours, 17 straight hours. And I just had, and he's been one of my best friends for years now.
There he is.
But Steven was here, and no twisting.
Oh yeah, no twisting.
No twisting. You got it.
With Raleigh, even for Raleigh.
Put Raleigh
Oh,
up.
Raleigh, you're being a little
Raleigh up
indecent.
there.
He's not wearing any pants.
Raleigh, right up here.
Oh yeah, bro, look at the camera.
This is Raleigh.
No twisting.
Raleigh is a very, very good dog. Raleigh, who gives you treats? Who gives you treats?
Actually, everyone here does.
I give him the most.
Yeah, that is true.
He's got nothing to say.
Raleigh, say something important. He's just happy. He's happy you guys are okay, just like I am. My goodness.
You were very kind to me, Raleigh.
Oh yeah.
Don't twist.
Raleigh's
no
good
twisting
medicine.
there. You got to move the whole chair.
You're a good boy,
You wanna
Raleigh.
move the whole chair?
Dogs are a good medicine. He says, "Oh yeah, I love you guys so much."
Yeah, you're such a sweet dog.
Yeah.
Now, he happens to be a very, very well-behaved dog. He's not for adoption, foster, or anything else. He belongs to Steven, and they have a very, very close relationship. This dog would be broken if he was taken from Steven. But he does get along really well with me and with Ted and with Vanessa and with everybody he's with.
Rob.
And tonight we had guests here who Darren, right?
Another shout out, Darren.
And Darren
and his better half.
And Darren, he was extreme. He doesn't know Darren. He was extremely friendly to Darren. And Darren makes the best coffee in the world.
Darren brought
He's our
cannolis,
partner.
so-
He's our partner in Rudy Coffee. And Darren makes the best coffee in America or the world. He does. And he knows that. So he doesn't even like coffee.
Yeah.
He knows that we like coffee.
Right.
But he knows when we like our coffee, we'll give him a treat.
Right.
In fact, we'll give him a treat anytime.
Right. Wow. But yes, but thank you to everyone we heard from the last few days. There's so many, too many. There's literally thousands, not just hundreds.
I'm good.
Thousands.
I'm good. I want you to know I'm okay.
The mayor's here.
And I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate the love and the feelings. And, over the last 5 or 6 years, this is going to sound stupid and pathetic, but I'm going to say it anyway. There were times I really thought I was unloved, an orphan who was unloved, given the way they were treating me. And it's nice to see that there are a lot more people that love you and that remember what you did. Remember what you did. Because some of the things I did in the past took a lot of sacrifice and took a lot out of me. I have a 9/11 illness. And so I don't want like extra.
Right.
I just don't want to be treated disrespectfully, and they've treated me horribly.
Amen.
Horribly. Imagine arresting me for no reason, taking my mugshot. Today, the New York Times, of course, had to write that I was disbarred. I was disbarred and totally dishonest, illegal. The people who disbarred me should be disbarred.
There's one thing that I can get done professionally for the rest of my life, and I'm only 34. But if there's one more thing, Mayor,
I'm not sure
we're getting your bar license back.
Yeah, well, good. But I don't want to be part of the New York bar. I'll tell you that.
Well, the DC
What a bunch
one
of
then.
crooks, and they have been for 170
But
years.
can you imagine? Can you imagine the guy who comforted not just the city, not just the nation, but the entire world following September 11th was disbarred in that state?
By a bunch of crooks.
Can you imagine?
By a bunch of, I wouldn't mind if I was disbarred by honorable people. I was disbarred by a bunch of Democratic crooks.
And shame on them. And shame on a number of these lawyers that didn't speak up. I mean, damn it.
God. Were they scared?
To not speak up. Look.
Well,
all right.
Mayor,
let's not go.
Mayor,
we should get off. Yeah.
We're doing well. I think that
Mayor, I can't testify. I would love to testify for you. I'll do something else.
Right. Oh my gosh.
What would you like to do? Would you like to come and shine my shoes?
Okay, that's really we shouldn't go here because
we should end on a positive note. Because
on a positive note, Mayor, everyone is just so relieved.
We're going to stay positive. We're going to stay positive because I really am. I really am very happy.
Yeah.
And I really, I must say that Donald Trump has exceeded all of our expectations by so much. It's ridiculous to even count it. And our country is moving in the right directions. Are there a couple of headwinds kind of moving us one way or another. And there are a couple of things you got. Well, of course there are. We're human. But I mean, this is about as good as it's been. And I really do think the momentum that we have is going to keep us going in the right direction. Okay? And I'm going to conclude now. First, I really don't want to leave out my prayers.
Pray hard, too.
I want you to pray for the people of Israel and the people of Ukraine and the people of Iran, because they're in particular difficulties. I think you should pay for the people of Russia. They've needed it since the Tsar. They certainly need it over with this dictator monster who is running them. China. Oh, my goodness. You know, it's never the people. It really is not. When dictators take over, the people are eliminated to nothing. These are all good people at core, and you can reach them. But you got to be tough enough to stand up to the dictators. You can't pussyfoot with them, and you can't appease, which is, of course, the famous word, right?
Right.
And we are doing some of that. Diplomacy is wonderful when people are on roughly equivalent moral grounds. Diplomacy is terrible with a good guy and a bad guy, because the bad guy lies all the time, and the good guy wants to be honest, and the bad guy basically takes the good guy's pants off.
Right.
So, well, we'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully by then I'll be able to fly in this.
We got to have an entrance. We got to have
What?
we got to have some sort of entrance while we have that.
Yeah, I'll come flying in. Okay. Like I did
And I want to make one more point, Mayor.
like I did at the inner circle.
The power of prayer works. The power of prayer works.
Oh yeah, isn't that good? Because didn't they make fun of prayer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember?
And my gosh,
Red Riding Hood?
and we felt your
Boy,
prayers.
she let you know she's an atheistic communist, didn't she?
But we felt your
I
prayers
don't
this
want
weekend.
any prayers. I don't want to hear anything about prayers and thoughts.
What is wrong with these
Get
people?
caught out of here.
I don't get it. But I
Leave
just
it up-
wanted to make
leave it
that
up to
point.
Karl Marx.
All your
Leave
prayers
it
were
up to
helpful.
Karl Marx and whoever we put in power so they can get all the money.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you, Rudy Red Lion Hood, for letting us know that you are a vicious atheist that won't allow us to pray. And of course, your insensitivity is legend, since you were telling us not to pray for children who were killed, shot, frightened, and terrorized. While
Evil.
praying.
Evil. The word evil is used too much in politics. This is an example where it's called for.
Whether she believes or not.
Right. Exactly.
What lack of sensitivity
To
do
children.
you have to say, I don't want to hear any more about prayers and thoughts?
It doesn't get worse than this.
Kids are praying at a mass.
It's another reason we need the mayor for years to come here. We need the mayor and his wisdom and his voice and this platform, because you see this other stuff, and where have we come to as a country when the leading Democrat Party figures are literally mocking children for praying and mocking the power of prayer at a time when others are hurting.
Yeah, and they have no other answer.
And they don't have an, it's not, yeah,
Their
they don't have
other
an answer.
answer
They haven't
is
discovered anything
gun
else.
control, except nobody told them they have gun control in Minnesota.
Nobody told them that the only thing stopping a bad
They
guy with a
already have
gun
it. What
is
else
a
are you
good
gonna
guy with
do?
a gun.
What you're going to do is put crazy people back where they belong. And you, left-wing kooks, let them out, because you're all crazy.
Yeah. And we need people like the mayor who are willing to stop when they see somebody else in danger. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked these last few days, why'd you guys stop? And
Why-
what, Mayor, what was your answer?
Why didn't we stop? I
No,
mean,
what was your question back to them?
why don't you stop?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you stop?
Why are you surprised by that? That's your problem, not mine. If we all stopped, it would end. You know that?
Wow. But Mayor, I hate doing this. We're past 10 o'clock now. We know we could keep going, but we should just take it easy, stretch this out. Taking it easy for us is over an hour of soccer time. Don't bend. Don't twist.
Okay.
Yeah, no, is that
Could I
twisting?
say-
I don't. That's
No, that is
this
okay.
involves twisting the.
No,
you
it's
got to.
okay. There's no problem in
You
my
got to have your
neck.
hand.
It's down here.
I know.
See, he's overdoing it.
Yeah, you don't want to be stiff as a
By the
board.
time I'm finished, I won't be able to move. I'll be walking around. You know what'll happen when I'm finished my rehabilitation? I'll be walking around like this.
Yeah. Well, you'll be, yeah.
I'll look like
Then you won't have to, but
I'll
you'll be
look like
used to
John
it.
Kerry.
Biden. That's a good Biden impression right there.
Wait a second.
Well, Biden wouldn't even stay up. I'll fall down.
But
going
how about we're
upstairs.
supposed to take it easy? It's 10. We're an hour and 4 minutes into soccer time.
All right, so pray hard, everyone.
We enjoyed
Thank you.
it tonight.
Yeah,
It was a
thank you.
release for me.
Yes.
I think this was very good. It was part of my therapy. The key part being Trump giving me the Congressional Medal of Freedom made me all better. It beat any medicine you could get.
Presidential
And,
Medal of Freedom.
Please remember who we told you to pray for. But mostly, you know who's got the toughest job leading us through this? It's the man who called me and talked to me and had the time to do that. But he's such a good man. And he's beaten up so much ridiculously. And at the same time, he's got the right approach to what's going on. And the more time he gets to explain it, the more clearly we understand it. And it always works out right for us. So pray for the president that he continues to stick to his vision and not get swayed by the horrible people who are trying to knock him off his trajectory. Okay? Ted? Oh, man.
You can't bend and twist. I'd give you a hug back. And
That's
thank you,
a kiss.
everyone.
That's a kiss from Andrew, Maria, Caroline, Stephen for coming all the way here.
Yeah.
And many others who really went out of their way. And you find out in good times and bad when people really love you. God bless you.
Bye.
It's our purpose to bring to bear the principle of common sense and rational discussion to the issues of our day. America was created at a time of great turmoil, tremendous disagreements, anger, hatred. It was a book written in 1776 that guided much of the discipline of thinking that brought to us the discovery of our freedoms, of our God-given freedoms. It was Thomas Paine's Common Sense, written in 1776, one of the first American bestsellers, in which Thomas Paine explained, by rational principles, the reason why these small colonies felt the necessity to separate from the Kingdom of Great Britain and the King of England. He explained their inherent desire for liberty, for freedom, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, the ability to select the people who govern them. And he explained it in ways that were understandable to all the people, not just the elite. Because the desire for freedom is universal. The desire for freedom adheres in the human mind, and it is part of the human soul. This is exactly the time we should consult our history. Look at what we've done in the past and see if we can't use it to help us now. We understand that our founders created the greatest country in the history of the world, the greatest democracy, the freest country, a country that has taken more people out of poverty than any country ever. All of us are so fortunate to be Americans. But a great deal of the reason for America's constant ability to self-improve is because we're able to reason, we're able to talk,